All right, let's talk about sliding muscle filament theory and muscle contractions. Okay, so what we have in the beginning, this is the general overview right here. This is the general way that it goes, but I'm going to explain it a little bit more in depth, right? So, in the beginning, what do we have? We have this nerve terminal goes down to this muscle fiber, okay? So, what we have here is we have an action potential that comes down here. And what this action potential does is it opens up this calcium channel, right? Everyone say hello, we have a calcium channel, okay? Yes, that just came about. So, calcium channel, right? It says, oh hey, this protein channel that allows calcium to come in now comes in. And now what happens, right? We have synaptic vesicles in here that I also forgot to tell you about. Surprise, but they're in here, right? So these come in, and then this action potential opens up the sodium channel, opens up the calcium channel. The sodium comes later, and then it opens up these synaptic vesicles down here into this cleft. Okay. So this is the end motor plate right here. That's your synaptic cleft, and what happens is you have these ionotropic, little heads down here. These are protein receptors, right? And so what these have is these are responsible for catching this acetylcholine that is in these synaptic vesicles that I also didn't tell you about. The plot thickens. It's getting thick now. So we got this acetylcholine that comes down in here through the synaptic cleft, and it gathers in these receptors right down here, right? These protein receptors, okay? So, congratulations, it comes down here now, okay? And it comes into here. Now, the acetylcholine contacts the muscle membrane. Keep in mind, this is your muscle fiber here, right? Contacts the muscle membrane and allows for the release of sodium, okay? Now, here's where it gets interesting. So, this right here is this whole thing right here, okay? So, now, we have explained this part right up here, okay? So that's right here. Now, we have acetylcholine that drives the release of the sodium, and this is the sarcomere right here, right? So sodium comes down here, down the sarcomere, down to the T-tubule, right? So the T-tubule, so you have sarcomere right here, right? You got your T-tubule, okay? And now you have what is called a sarcoplasmic reticulum, okay? And so this sarcoplasmic reticulum is this kind of piece right here, okay? And so this holds your calcium, okay? So when this holds your calcium right here, right? So now we have calcium that comes in, and this calcium that has a channel right here now is open, and this channel is now excited by this sodium that comes in, okay? So the sodium that has traveled down here, down to here, right? So this sodium traveled down here, down the T-tubule, has excited this protein channel, right? And then this calcium that is in here now can leave out through there, out through that channel and way down the T-tubule, basically like lightning speed, okay? And it goes down at lightning speed, and once it's done, it goes down and it attaches to the tropin and moves the tropomyosin away from the active sites of the actin. So, I'll explain this a little bit more because I think I kind of lost a lot of you there. So, what we have here now, so once we've gone down past this T-tubule, right, so now we're going to go down, we're just going to erase this, and I'm going to show you what happens next, right? So, we got that, you got the sodium that comes in and the calcium that comes down. You follow me there, okay? So, what you have now is you have, I'm just going to say that this is a very haphazard, quick drawing of an improv of what you have down in the muscle fiber, okay? So obviously there's more than this, but this is like the quick stuff, right? So now you have this up here, okay? So what's going on here now is you have troponin and tropomyosin up here, okay? This troponin and tropomyosin that is right up here, okay, up top. Now, this calcium comes down and attaches to the troponin and moves the tropomyosin out of the way of the active sites of the actin. Okay, so calcium comes down, attaches to the troponin. Okay, so that's in here, and then moves the tropomyosin, which is on the bottom side. So this would be your tropomyosin on the bottom side here, and moves that tropomyosin up and out of the way for the active actin site to be obtained by your puller right here, right? So this is now sliding filament theory. This is the best theory. I believe it was developed in 1954. I forget who developed it, but the point is that the whole idea here now is that these active actin sites, right? So allow these arms to come up and attach here, right? And then they move this muscle fiber backwards, okay? So move the muscle fiber this way, okay? So move the muscle fiber that way, okay? And then helps contract that muscle fiber, okay? So that would be like, squeezing my bicep together, or flexing my tricep, and that moves that muscle fiber together. This is excruciatingly complex chemistry and a little bit of biology, so just stay with me. I know it's tough. Okay, so then what happens from here, right? Finally, what happens is this entire time, when you're forming these cross bridges right here, okay, you're forming these cross bridges, what's going on is you are actively using ATP, okay? So we've got ATP, okay, well, I should say it started at ATP. Now it is ADP, okay? So now you have used one phosphate chain on the end of your adenosine, was triphosphate, now is diphosphate, okay? And so what is going on now is that it says, okay, hey, we've done this happens, you can use enough ATP to go to ADP for about 6 seconds in the muscle. Okay, so then what happens is this calcium that pulled that tropomyosin away, right? So allowed for the actin sites to become active, for the cross bridges to form, now says, hey, this is no longer a thing, and the calcium comes back up and stores back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum up here, okay? So what's going on is we've gone from ATP down to ADP, surprise, so we've used one of those phosphate chains, which is the energy of the cell, right? And so then we have these tropomyosin sites are now active again, okay? And they don't allow for the actin to be contacted and made a cross bridge right here for the contraction, right? So now they've loosened up, they've relaxed. These tropomyosin sites are back in these active sites of the actin, and now this calcium comes back up and back in the sarcoplasmic reticulum, allowing for the entire cycle to reset again. That is a rough overview of muscle contraction and muscle filament and sliding filament theory. Hope you liked it.